Welcome back to another Market Open live stream. Today is a big day. Today, we not only get a release of Joe Biden's infrastructure plan, which we'll probably expect sometime this morning, is my guess, but later this evening, Joe Biden will be speaking about the plan. So we'll get to see are there going to be any kind of references to a stimulus check? Are there going to be any kind of references to more details on what Biden's tax plan might actually look like? Are we going to see this extension of the child tax credit as a form of recurring stimulus? We will see. A lot of information will be coming out today. We've also got Jerome Powell releasing a statement after their two-day Fed FOMC meeting at 11 a.m. today. At 11:30 a.m., we've got Mind Medicine and Kevin O'Leary on the channel talk about Mind Medicine. After that, I will review the notes from what the Fed said during their commentary. But for now, and then of course we got earnings as well during closing, during the market close. So we have lots of things going on. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on in stocks here. Which, unlike Rust, stocks don't raid you, but stocks can be very volatile, like Pinterest and Enphase, down 11 and 10%. Pretty painful after earnings yesterday. Both of them met or exceeded earnings expectations. However, guidance for the next quarter was weak, and guidance and the hope for the future drives a lot. At the same time, we've got Microvision back to rallying. Look at this. Microvision's up 12.15% here in the pre-market. This is after being down 23% yesterday. Mind Medicine up, let's see. Yeah, Mind Medicine was up. I don't remember it being up 33% yesterday. I thought it ended. Pretty sure it ended down yesterday, so I'm not sure if this is carrying over from the day before. But anyway, it is showing as being up in the pre-market. We've got, what else is going on here? We got Google. Google smashed earnings. Lots of revenue coming through from YouTube specifically, up 4.66%. Shopify up about 5%. AMD up 4.5%. Facebook and Darden, who'd think these two would be trading together, up 2%, 1.5% for Darden. We've got Penn National Gaming slowly kind of starting to trend up again, 2.3% towards the upside here. Restoration Hardware, 0.72%. A lot of stocks in the middle today, though. And that's expected, especially with a lot of news coming out today. From, again, not only the Fed, but the infrastructure plan. We get GDP data at the end of this week. Boy, oh boy, there's a lot of news coming out. But let's see here. Hyliion down 4%. I already talked about Pins and Enphase, the big losers of the day. GameStop down 2.89%. Invitae's down 1.9%. We've got Lemonade's down 1.5%. EXPI down 1.4%. Tesla down again. Look at this. Tesla under 700 now. Tesla at 696. And what else? We have NIO's down about 1%. So the cars heading down again here. Got Palantir heading down 0.75%. Seems like that rally that we had for those 2 or 3 A's quickly U-turned again. You kind of expect that almost at this point. It seems like that's sort of just the pattern that we're in. So listen to CNBC for a couple minutes here. Let's see what we got.
Really powering some of the most important services that we're all using, like these collaboration services.
AMD CEO rallying 4.2% right now.
In the first quarter, and see growth and acceleration as we go through the year. And it is all about roadmap, Jim. We've been working on this roadmap for the last couple of years. Our roadmap well. We have Italian names, so we went Naples to Rome to Milan to Genoa. And with each generation, customers are actually planning what they need to do together with our roadmap. And so, yeah, we're extremely excited. We saw significant growth in the first quarter. We see that continuing into the second quarter, and it allowed us to raise our guidance for the full year. But it is all about roadmap. Today,
I'm going to pull off this for a moment just to catch up on this relationship here that we've talked about before. Crypto prices continue to sort of track with what's going on with the treasury yields. Treasury yields up again today, back to 1.627. Crypto prices were at their lowest in the last couple weeks here, as the treasury yields were at their lowest pricing, somewhere around 1.52 for the 10-year treasury. Over down here, 1.52 in the lows. And as we've kind of seen these prices go up, we've seen crypto prices also go up. This is an interesting relationship, and they've kind of trended down in this direction. Let's listen to the closing bell, or the opening bell, rather.
Demand for our data center product had a strong guide into the first quarter. And as we went through the quarter, we just saw people needed more products for their data center systems. And if you think about it, it's all the things that we're using, right? I mean, the fact is we're all using, many more digital services, and they require, lots of cloud capability. So what we saw was actually,
wow, they kept the interview going through the bell. That's interesting. I haven't seen them pull that one off before. But all right, we are officially open for business. Let's see how things actually start behaving. And now the market is open. Bitcoin at 54.9. And we got Dogecoin back over 30 cents. Is it going to make it to $1? Still got a few days to make it to $1. We got Microvision at, there we go, Microvision. True, what's it going to do here? It says it's up 10%. Got a little bit of a red candlestick. It is down from that 12% we saw before. Mind Medicine also down slightly here in that first minute of trading. Shopify down a little. AMD holding on to that 1.5%. Alphabet actually trending down a little bit. Here we go. Clover's moving. Yeah, there's a big movement here on Clover. Microvision not showing it as much. Mind Medicine same. If anything, AMD is the one that's trying to push here. But a little bit of red here. Wouldn't be surprised to see red, especially ahead of these the next few earnings days here, and Biden and the Fed. Lots of uncertainty. Dow is down 0.25% right now. The S&P is pretty much flat for the morning. Ethereum almost at 2,700. Look at this. It ran to 2,738 there for a moment. Again, really seems to be tracking with these 10-year treasuries. And, it could just be a coincidence at the moment, though. But we'll keep an eye on that relationship. Sundial. What else we have? Facebook's declining. Sundial's going up. What about towards the losers? Seems like we got more red today. Yeah, look at that. Enphase and Pinterest selling off even more. Both of them down 13% at the moment. That's incredible. Followed by Solar Edge down 5.4%. EXPI all of a sudden down 4.6%. The airline here, Spirit Airlines. Where are the other ones? You'd think the other ones would be over here as well. They're not. Spirit Airlines down, where'd we go? Spirit Airlines down 4.4%. AMC and GameStop both down today. AMC raising some shares, selling about, what was it, 42 million shares? 42 million shares on AMC getting raised. So it makes sense that AMC is trending down a little bit, slowing that momentum we've seen. We got GameStop down 4.5%. Yeah, definitely a little bit more of a red day here. Even Matterport's down at 1337. Churchill's down again. Churchill Capital down 2.5%. Virgin Galactic down. Lemonade down 2.215. What else we got here? Peloton down 1.81. Etsy's down 1.55. Not a surprise that Etsy's heading down after the Pinterest move down. Neo, where'd Neo go? There it is, 1.4 to the downside. Tesla's just 1% to the downside now, but still sitting there around that 698 figure. I can't click on that darn thing. There it is. Yeah, 6.90. 698. Trying to green candlestick a little bit to come back. Square, also red. Lots of red in the market actually today. I'd say probably overall a red day here. What do we got here? Dogecoin up though, 31 cents. Microvision also pushing up. There we go. Microvision's the one that's going to run today. Look at this. Here we go. Microvision coming back to run. Mind Medicine still trending down a little bit. They didn't cancel their share sell. So you have to clarify how many shares they're selling. They canceled their 500 million share sell, but they are selling 42 million shares instead. So it was 42, or somebody's here saying 52, but I'm pretty sure I thought it was 42. Maybe it's 52. But yeah, the 500 million share sale is sold. So you could Google that and verify that yourself. But yeah, if you're looking at AMC, you want to be aware that there is a share sale. It's just a lot smaller than expected. Doge still pushing here. Sorry, this is the Microvision candlestick still pushing here. Microvision almost at 15% to the upside, 23 here. Somebody just posted, oh, thank you. So yeah, we got Shopify, 110% year-over-year revenue, EPS beat. Nice. Yeah. All right. What else do we have here? Yeah, I think I've just clarified again. I don't know why there seems to be so much confusion about this AMC share sale. I was just reading about this last night. See? Yeah, see, look at this. This is what I was just talking about. AMC aims to sell 43 million shares to bolster cash reserve, but canceling the campaign to increase 500 million shares would be able to sell. So you still have the 43 mil currently, as they say, currently available to sell. So we'll see. But as to the request of 500 million further shares to be authorized, many of our stockholders are telling us to wait. I can log in to get more of it, but honestly, I don't know that it really matters. Let's jump on over to yeah, you can search it yourself, but I'll do a quick. We go. We're in it already. Well, that was a fast login. So what else? There's actually not much else in that. Stock sales being conducted at another at the market offering. Down 2% on the news. Yeah, I think it's down a little bit more now. But anyway, so what else we got? Microvision now sitting stable around that 14%. Mind Medicine at 8%. Still kicking butt here. Alphabet 4.2, trying to hold on to that 4.5% on the day. But it seems to be a pretty red day. I mean, the things that are rallying aren't moving as fast and excitedly as sometimes we see here. And we see sort of an acceleration of some declines, or some movement moves to the downside here. Skills down 4%. A little bit of a recovery here. EXPI no longer down 4%. A little bit of a recovery. Enphase and Pins not down that 13% anymore. They're getting into buying territory again. Matterport here, 1.96. They've set such low expectations. I wouldn't be shocked. Next earnings, they end up just beating expectations substantially. We'll see. Maybe get the short sellers out too. What else do we have here? Tesla. Yeah, Tesla's recovering a little bit again as well. Not as negative as we've kind of seen the day open. Jerome Powell is speaking at 11:30 a.m., which is exactly when the MindMed and Kevin O'Leary interview is. Though I will be covering after the Kevin O'Leary and Mind Medicine interview. I'll go through the Q&A and I'll give you a summary of the Q&A. So stay tuned for a video on the summary. And then we've also got earnings coming up, of course. Okay, so we got CEO of Starbucks though.
The great human reconnection, and we saw that unfold across the United States. Now, certainly, as you point out, Europe had some outbreaks, and much of Europe was in lockdown through parts of this last quarter. And we even saw some COVID restrictions in China, where they restricted non-essential travel throughout the Chinese New Year. So that put a little bit of headwind, but overall, we had a great quarter.
Oh, I appreciate this, Jake. The stock course Kevin offers is fantastic. You can confirm I'm not an affiliate. Just impressed course member, learning a lot from it. Very well put together. Oh, well, thank you for that. Appreciate that. Do you think it's possible to do trading full-time with 5 digits? Thank you for your insights. Somebody donated $5 for that. A lot of people think it is. I think trading for me is something you do with like 10% of your portfolio, but hey, a lot of people do it full-time with a full set. So just be careful if you make some really big risky bets. Some people, what happens is they end up getting down a little bit on their portfolio. They get a few bags because of market timing or whatever, and then they increase their risk and they do some YOLOs, and it can go dangerous.
Range that we've given, but I think we've got very solid evidence. If you just look at the United States, the United States posted, I think a 9% year-on-year comp, and we even commented we exited the quarter with an 11% two-year comp. So think about that, 11% two-year comp growth over FY19 is kind of like a 5 comp and a 6 comp. And so you look at what's happened. We're just seeing that momentum build in the U.S. And as vaccinations take place around the world, we're seeing the same phenomenon happen. So we're pretty optimistic about the back half of this calendar year, fiscal year.
Yeah, Kevin, always good to have you on the show in good and bad times. Mostly good, because that's how well Starbucks has done. When you look at that stock, to me, I just accept that it's.
All right, let's go ahead and jump on over here. I'm going to jump to. We're going to get the please wait here. Okay, so we'll have to come back. Trying to load in our Fox Business over here. So let's instead go to Bloomberg.
Permanent. At this point, we think it's passing through. We think supply will catch up, but that's an open question and something we really have to keep an eye on.
Stephen, it's good to catch up and good to hear from you. Just to get some insight to the conversation you and the team are having at Franklin Templeton. Stephen's over there. Troy Gajewski will be sticking with us. Let's head back to the market desk and get some movers at the market desk with Abby.
Well, John, we've been talking all about tech and earnings this morning, but another big factor is just what all of you were talking about, of course, these rising input costs. So let's take a look at one of the top sectors on the day, and that is, of course, the energy sector. We have some of those energy movers sharply higher: Devon Energy, Marathon Oil, Occidental Petroleum, E&P. This, as oil, one of the most important input costs, continues to rise sharply above $60 a barrel. Taking a look at some of the other companies, the materials companies such as Freeport-McMoRan, U.S. Steel, Nucor, and 3M, a bit of a mixed picture. So we finally have Freeport-McMoRan, the copper mining company, down just a little bit, U.S. Steel as well. Nucor, on the other hand, another steel company, is higher, and then 3M, which you've been talking about, those rising input costs.
Let's go ahead and pull off some of these figures here. I'm going to go ahead and pull to top. Let's see what's top news today is. I'm sure it's all going to be about expectations. We'll see, though. Biden unveils massive family aid plan funded by taxing the rich. Later today. Right? Let's see. Will unveil. Yeah, exactly. So that's coming today. $1.8 trillion. Actually a little smaller than expected, but 1.8. So the plan would make pre-kindergarten and community college free across the country, extend the child care tax credit through 2025, and make permanent an expansion of the earned income tax credit to childless adults with low income. Make permanent. Wow. Okay. All right. Finance teacher training and create a national paid family leave program. Proposal also follows on the heels of the $2.25 trillion plan. Okay. So making it altogether, we get a few extra details here. Making the earned income tax credit expansion permanent would create an estimated 11 million low-income jobs. Child tax credit benefits 66 million kids. What else? Keys to the future. I'm sure we'll get some more information coming out this morning as well. Yeah. Joe Manchin, this is going to be the key right here. Joe Manchin's talking about keeping those corporate tax rates at no more than 25%. It will be interesting to see if Joe Manchin is also going to push back on that capital gains tax increase, which we're not seeing right here. But we will see. We will see Biden speaking during primetime later today. So we'll keep an eye on this. We've got, let's see. Property investors risk losing $41 billion break in Biden's plan. Maybe they already released some of the extra details. Oh, wow. Look at this. The U.S. president's new economic plan calls for abolishing the right to defer certain tax payments on property investment gains of over $500K. Wow, a limitation on the 1031. There it is. Jeez, this is something that's huge for real estate. That's incredible. Yeah, that's on investment gains of over $500K. Really? That's unbelievable. I mean, Biden's just going nuts on all things related to infrastructure or taxation here. Wow, that's another big move right there. So limitation on the 1031, not so good for real estate investors. Gee whiz, that's very demotivating for real estate. Huge demotivation there for real estate. And Yeah, we'll have to see as well what happens there with capital gains. Whether or not that plan even goes through is something else to keep an eye on. But wow, those are some big changes there. Okay, let's get back to the sticks here for a moment. So same thing. We got let's see here. Enphase, Pinterest, still kind of doing their same moves here. Fastly moving down 5.3% here all of a sudden. Yeah, Solar Edge, Playboy Group, Spirit, NGA, these folks moving down. Starbucks, Zillow moving down. We've got, what else do we have here? Matterport, 1.96. Invitae's down. Yeah, lots of red today. Probably doesn't help some of these new reveals as well. Clover, though, we saw this beginning to run. Clover's been moving very nicely here. It's actually kind of taking over the top spot here. Microvision up 9% now, but Clover's up 11.4. I'm sorry, 11.1 now, bouncing around. Alphabet's moving up to the upside again. Nice, over 5% here. Very nice. Cleverleaf up 4.65. Shopify 3.9. Sundial 3.8. Upstart 2.3. Very Good Foods up 1.74. AMD was up like 4%. Look at this. It's now selling down here. Are they trying to completely kill the real estate market? Another inventory stream dies. Yeah, it's incredible. Really incredible. Somebody's saying Caitlyn Jenner running as a Republican. So the thing is, if you run in the recall election, you pretty much have to run as a Republican. So it doesn't matter, even if you're a Democrat, you have to on the inside, you kind of have to run as a Republican, because in California, they don't want anyone running against Newsom, and only if Newsom loses will they end up putting in a replacement sort of puppet in, and that'll be dictated by the Dem party. Well, maybe it'll be like one of the mayors. It'll be dictated by Nancy Pelosi and the others. So, and anybody really running is not going to get Dem support to run against Newsom. It's going to have to be somebody who comes in as a Republican, whether or not they actually are a Republican. So it's kind of interesting. Okay, somebody says PayPal is mooning. Let's take a peek at this. Wow, this is an intense day. So what do we got over here? PayPal's up 0.67%. We had Nordstrom up a ton. What else do we have? Okay, earnings drag the Dow. Let's take a listen here.
Out a 5-point gain. Boeing. Let's have a look at which.
Yeah, if you actually if you check out with PayPal, you can make partial payments on the course. You don't even need a firm. You can do it with PayPal, which is already an option.
Taken together, they shave 185 points off the Dow Industrial. So without those three stocks, the Dow would be up. Amgen alone slicing 100 points off the Dow, which is down 120 points as we speak. Old line Democrat strategist James Carville, remember him? He's calling out his own party. He says wokeness, I guess that's the new generation, is a problem that his party is too scared to speak about. We'll talk about it. Flight bookings are up triple digits from last year. Looks like people are ready to break free from the pandemic and the lockdowns.
Yeah, that's fine if Caitlyn's a Republican. I'm just saying that's something you'll see in California, because some people were asking about that. Okay, but yeah, we are seeing that move kind of continue here on PayPal. It's a good catch there. PayPal now up 1.17%, so a nice sort of move to the upside. Seems to be continuing the uptrend here. Microvision and Mind Medicine both sitting around 8%. Holding on nicely here. XL Fleet up 1.8%. Most things red, though, today. Look at that. Enphase, Pinterest, down. Spotify, also Spotify down 10%. My goodness. Spotify's not even on that watch. Let me put Spotify on. Spotify. And then I think Shopify beat. So let's put that. Yeah, we have Shopify on here. Okay, yeah, there they are. They're up 4%. What else was over here? Oh, Churchill just went positive. Look at that. Churchill is just up positive 2% now. but I don't think. Yeah, no, Tesla's still in the doldrum here. So let's see. Enphase is falling due to weak guidance for the next quarter. Same thing with Pinterest. Yeah, the weak guidance killed both of them, unfortunately. There we go. Missing some here. Playboy down 4%, GameStop 5%. Yeah, Enphase still falling down 146. It's going to set up for hopefully a nice quarter going forward. Going to give bad guidance like that. And I think a lot will have to do with the extent of Biden's tax credits. See what kind of movement we see there. Matterport down 1.31% at the moment. And yeah, Churchill Capital's kind of moving a little bit, 2.11%. Very good. Food Company, Alphabet, Mind Medicine, Dogecoin. All right, let's take a listen in on what do we got here? CNBC, they're kind of just reviewing what's coming up. Okay, what about Bloomberg then? Let's go ahead and listen to Bloomberg and JP Morgan preparing to offer a Bitcoin fund.
Significant upside. We just don't see anything that could potentially double by the end of the year. Now, that's not to say you know, individual stocks or late stage privates can as well, but this is the liquid market, right? You can evolve the position, you can trim it. We've made the decision not to add to it further, even in pullbacks, but liquidity is a very important aspect of this as well.
Troy, I'm very interested in the investor conditioning that we're going through right now with this asset class. And I just wonder what we'll think it's most useful for in the years to come as we go through that conditioning. And I think a great example is the Japanese yen. Anyone that comes into financial markets is often asked, why is the yen a safe haven? And you can sit there and talk about how it's used as a funding currency. You can talk about Japan's maybe net foreign asset position as well, how that's positive. But Troy, when it comes down to works, that's ultimately why you consider the Japanese yen a safe haven, because it works. And I just wonder how Bitcoin will be used in the broader portfolio as an asset class in the years to come as we go through that conditioning.
Yeah, look, and that's where the parallels to gold are so important, at least from our perspective, in that, you know, gold was a completely orphaned, under-owned assets for years, really since the early to mid 80s through the late 90s. And then it went through an adoption cycle, and you know, whether it's hedge funds or asset allocators decided, hey, you want 0, you want 1, you want 2, you want 3%. You know, we'd expect, again, as this marketplace matures, that Bitcoin will be the store of value winner, right? We don't ascribe much value from a transaction standpoint. We hope we're wrong. There are many smart people that think that has tremendous transaction value use. But we think it's going to be the dominant store of value, the digital gold. And then Ethereum and you know, digital fiat currencies will be used more for actual transactions. That's how we see it shaken out. And so the question as an allocator, right, is right now, if you're concerned about a currency debasement, if you're concerned about, you know, the potential for more meaningful inflation, you obviously see asset inflation before your eyes and everything. You mentioned copper and wheat and lumber. My goodness, if you're concerned about that at all, you know, you don't have that many liquid choices. You know, one would obviously be gold. 2 would be Bitcoin. And the marginal flow dollar is clearly going into crypto because gold already had its adoption cycle. That being said, we are surprised gold is off from its August high. I wouldn't have suspected that. You know, why sell gold to buy Bitcoin when you can just, there's so much cash out there? But that's been the price action, of course, the last 4 months.
I'm trying to keep an open mind on a topic because it's become very tribal and quite aggressive on either side of the trade, as you know, Troy. It's good to catch up and get some clarity in your perspective too. You know, I respect it. Troy Gajewski there of Skybridge. But a sector price action, just briefly. Here's Abby.
John, well, the S&P 500 is less than a point away from an all-time high. So the bulls are out, really being led by communication services. That's all about Alphabet. So it's a battle between communication services and Alphabet on top, and then tech on bottom being weighed on by Microsoft. You also encouragingly have 2 of the reflationary sectors higher, energy and financials. Overall, a bullish day. Let's see whether or not we get that all-time high again.
I don't know about that. It certainly seems like a lot of things feel relatively red. I don't know if 0.16 on the S&P is considered bullish, but okay. You know, Nasdaq's at 0%, the Dow's at negative 0.4%. I don't see the bullishness, but okay. Yeah, wow. Gee whiz. Okay, so what's going on? Is Clover going to keep running up? Clover's starting to flatten a little bit here. Microvision 9%. Mind Medicine down to 5% as a gain. Alphabet. Wow, Alphabet. Google almost up 6% here. That's pretty incredible. We got Churchill Capital up 2% now. Nice recovery here. Amazon 1.3% all of a sudden here. I wonder if there was some news on Amazon. Let's see what we got here. News. Not really. All right, but Amazon is moving nicely. Simon Property Group moving 1.26%. Xpeng's up 1%. But yeah, big moves to the downside there on Enphase, Pinterest, Spotify, Spirit, GameStop. GameStop's kind of been bobbing between the 170 and 180, so this is not such a big deal. Yeah, Starbucks, down 3%. It's still at 112. It's in a great place. AMC's only down 2.3% after that $43 million share offering being announced, but the $500 million being canceled. Yeah, I mean, that's a huge amount of shares. Otherwise, 500. Ubiquities sitting at 285. A lot of tech feels like it's almost kind of stuck in quicksand. It's kind of like trying to slowly get out of there. Dave Portnoy making a big deal of Tesla getting out of Bitcoin. I mean, they didn't get out of Bitcoin. They sold 10%. Dave Portnoy has been spreading some misinformation on Twitter. That's been a little silly. So, all right. Let's keep going over here.
And I certainly didn't expect that this would happen overnight. And I'm prepared that this could be a long journey. But, all I can do is prepare what I think is a very thoughtful offer and bring it to them and hope they hear me out.
Well, one of the things that they're saying is that they're not interested. That to me sounds like an opening offer. You have a lot of cash. You are the fan owner. Everyone wants to see an owner who identifies with the fans. I don't want to slam the Crunkies too much, but they own a lot of teams, and it seems like this is just some asset for them and nothing real particular. Doesn't that gall you?
Okay, we're going to pull off this mostly sports here. Let's go jump on over to Fox, see if we actually get business. Nope, we get a commercial. Okay, fine. Back to Bloomberg. 8:30 address Eastern time. So 8:30 p.m. for Biden was the headline here on Bloomberg. 8:30 p.m. I will be covering that. That's 5:30 California time. So yeah, keep in mind on the calendar today, we've got in Eastern times, we've got at 2 p.m. the Fed's statement. I'll be covering that live. So I'll be live when that comes out. At 2:30, we've got Kevin O'Leary and Mind Medicine. Then an hour later, we'll have the market close. An hour and a half later, so at 4 p.m., we'll have the market close. Well, I'll start at around 3:30. We'll have the market close. Then we will have Biden speaking at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, so we'll be covering that as well. So multiple live streams today. How do I do the payment plan with PayPal? I don't know. It should show up when you check out with PayPal. Some course members have mentioned that. I am personally not 100% sure how I do that though. But so Texas Champs here, and just like that, the AMD gains have evaporated. Oh, really? What's going on? Let's see, AMD. AMD down to about 1.5. I did kind of start trading lower here. I think there's just a lot of weight on tech right now. You've had a lot of big gains on tech, a lot of strong movements here on tech. And yeah, let's see what else we have here. Microsoft 2.95, Discovery 2.85 to the downside here. Let's pull up the watch list here. NGA 3.35. Enphase still sitting down at 13.7. Bouncing a little bit here. So might be an opportunity to add a little bit if you're looking to build a position more. Pinterest has been bobbing around this 60, 69 level here. Spotify down 10% as well. GameStop down 5%. Spirit Air. I wonder what happened at Spirit. Let me see here. Spirit, downgrade. Okay, Spirit got a downgrade. And they offered the $440 million in bond raise. So that on top of a downgrade is moving Spirit down about 5% here. Invitae 2.28, Matterport down on the downside now. There's some volatility. And on the upside, still, it's a little bit of a frustrating day to even see movements on the upside here. With the exception of Clover. Clover's doing okay. Clover pushing a little bit, 11.36 here. Shopify just took off. Oh my goodness, look at Shopify. There's a run. Look at that. We're now 8.9% on that Shopify beat, just absolutely kicking butt, which is actually a really bullish sign for the online sales area. So it's surprising with a sell-off on Pinterest on weak guidance. You've got some really strong news on Shopify, which I feel like if they didn't give the weak guidance at Pinterest, which I know they're just being upfront, disclosing risks as required, I feel like without that guidance, you would have had a run on pins as well, because the numbers came in great. It was just the yapping about next quarter that hurt. But great move there on Shopify. Shopify up 8.9%. Salesforce is up 1.51%. Amazon 1.36%. Alibaba 1.17%. Tattooed Chef up 1.1%. Penn National Gaming, not as high as it was earlier in the day, but slightly up. Got Bitcoin sitting at 54.8. Where's Ethereum? Ethereum, look at that, 27.13. Really incredible moves there on Ethereum. Where's Doge? There's Doge, still bouncing around that 30 cents there. All right, let's go back to CNBC for a moment. See what we got over at CNBC.
Getting back to cash flow positive, and first quarter for us, despite a very big shortfall in 787 deliveries in Q1, we're still slightly ahead of the track that we had planned, which is, as you know, have us getting back to cash flow positive in 2022. So there are a lot of reasons why these vectors are moving in the right direction. It's always slower than anyone would like, but I am very optimistic.
Get to Phil LeBeau now, who brought us that interview earlier on Squawk on the Street to dig into some of the numbers. Phil.
And David, the numbers within the numbers, largely in line with what Wall Street was expecting. The loss, however, was greater than expected at $1.53 a share. Depends on which estimate you're looking at, but most people had them losing anywhere between 98 and $1.15. The free cash flow, you heard Dave Calhoun talking about that, negative $3.7 billion. And that was, generally speaking, in line with what most on Wall Street were expecting. And then you've got a company's cash and liquidity balance at $21.9 billion. Dave Calhoun, however, he believes that 2021 is an inflection point. Here's what he had to say.
I do feel it's an inflection point for a lot of reasons. First and foremost, the way the industry came together with the government to keep the industry alive and well for when a recovery eventually returns, I think will play out in the months ahead.
As you take a look at the passenger levels that are here in the United States right now, it's a little hard to tell, but the trend is for it to be, it has improved and continues to improve. Right now, it's down anywhere between 35 and 45% compared to where it was back in 2019. That's the comparison, not to last year. And I want to show you Boeing.
That's just the chart over this year.
Because this is really what you want to see in terms of Boeing improving. It's going to have to be the airlines improving. They are putting out a solution for the 737 MAX, theoretically within the next few days, maybe the next couple of weeks. Guys, that is going to be important because you've got a number of these 737 MAXs, the ones that were delivered after November, that have last couple of weeks. Now, it's not having a huge impact in terms of the operations at airlines because they have so many other aircraft, but they would like to get those back in the air, and Dave Calhoun says he believes that an airworthiness directive approved by the FAA is not far away.
Phil, I mean, I realize that the commercial airlines, that commercial airplanes, business is the one that's really key and really in focus for this company, as always. Yep. But the defense part of the business is currently, and I know that'll probably shift too, but it's currently larger in terms of revenue and size. It is what has been buoying this company through all of these issues over the last couple of years. So I thought it was pretty notable what he had to say regarding China. because that's such a key business on the commercial side. But of course, when you talk about national security and all the tensions between the U.S. and China, Boeing is sort of walking up.
I'm going to pull back there for a moment and just say it is fascinating that with Boeing, only 30% of their revenues coming from those commercial airlines, which is really good for COVID purposes. 70% is coming from, like I mentioned, defense and making all of the incredible things that they make. It's a very, very, very large company, and it's obviously done decently well. And it's only selling down about 3% right now in the markets. Let's take a peek here. We got, and this is the Shopify chart right here on the right. Still climbing on Shopify, which is great. Boeing just down 3.3%. Looks like it kind of hit a bottom there at 232. But golly, I remember Boeing at $90 there for a period of time. So really incredible. We got Microvision at 11.9% now, towards the upside. Shopify now 10.44%. Still green candle sticking up here. Alphabet, very nice move on Alphabet. Google, clever. Mind Medicine falling here to about just an up of about 4.4. Xpeng up about 2%. Where'd CCIV go? There's CCIV. CCIV up 3.5% right now. Really interesting sort of teeter-totter. It's up one day, it's down the next, it's up the next day. That's incredible. Neo's got a good solid trajectory up. Nice to see. Yeah, here's Etsy up 0.6%, which is somewhat incredible given the pins news, especially since Etsy is a recipient of Pinterest traffic, at least to some degree. Tesla did go positive. It's at 705. Nice move to the upside here. And Coinbase at 300, pretty much even 300 here. Jerome Powell should only give speeches on a Saturday. That's funny. Well, when they give speeches on a Saturday, it's a bad day. It's even worse news. So how's AMD doing? AMD was up 5% after their earnings. All right. AMD's only up 0.98%. Wow, somebody Antoinette just donated $5 to say, thank you, Kevin. Your course on stocks and psychology of money has helped me out so much. That's amazing. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, and then this says bonus. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for donating $5 on top of having bought the program. That's incredible. And thank you for the $5. So Microvision, Clover, these really just holding on to where the numbers are right now. And mine's trying to hold on to that 4%, moving up a little bit more. What else do we have here? Well, let's go jump. AMD data center revenue more than doubled. It's a headline here on CNBC. It's incredible. Let's go jump for a moment to Fox, see what they got over here.
But at the moment, the market is rejoicing at the great earnings.
Okay. Tell me about big tech, because they're such an important part of the market these days, and they are reporting this week. Do they maintain their position as the ultimate stocks, the greatest companies in the world? Do they stay in that position as we go through the rest of the year?
I think they're among the greatest companies in the world. Yes, that doesn't mean they're going to be the greatest stocks in the world. They've been phenomenal over the last several years, as you well know. And now their valuations suggest things need to be nearly perfect for those stocks to continue to lead the way. I would have some of them in my portfolio, but I know too many people who have that and not much else. It's got to be a broader base of companies in this environment, Stuart.
Oh dear. You're talking to somebody who has put a lot of his eggs in that big tech basket. And you're
well, you've done very well.
Lighten up
Congratulations. Take a bow and maybe take a little chip off the table and diversify out a little bit more. Look, if interest rates move up with strength of the economy, this puts a lid on the valuation levels for those very high PE stocks.
Maybe I'll sell a little Microsoft, but I'm not going to get into Bitcoin. And I'm going to leave it at that. Bob Dole, thank you very much for joining us, sir. Always good to see you. See you soon.
Oh, Barnes. And that's what you just heard right there is literally the famous argument from almost all the suits is, oh, if inflation goes up, sell tech. And we think inflation's going to go up, so sell tech. Well, what happens when inflation doesn't go up consistently? Tech might continue to do well. We shall see. But as we've got up there on screen here, Shopify at 10 and 10.3 there. They are shelving a little bit. We're getting a kind of flatness all of a sudden around this level here at Shopify. Looking at the actual candle. What else we have? Churchill still moving, 3.69. Still kind of moving to the upside here on Churchill Capital. Square moving up 1.19%. Go ahead and jump back here to the sticks. Yeah, this is Square right here. Nice, pretty solid move in the day. A little bit of a weak opening. I feel like most things had a little bit of a weak opening. Nice trend to the upside here. And, Enphase, Pinterest kind of stuck at their adjustment levels. Same thing with Spirit. EXP down 2%, sitting at 36. Not as low as we've seen it. Lemonade, 1.49. Ubiquity down also about 1.14. Coinbase back under 300. Right back under 300. So someone here, let's see. Why didn't Shopify give any guidance risks of people not using the internet anymore? Yeah, then you would have a big sell-off on Shopify. Take a listen to this here. What's this? Tesla on Bitcoin?
In their filing this morning that stash, a Bitcoin holding, is now worth $2.5 billion. And that's even accounting for the 10% that they sold, which they made $100 million off of, that they revealed this week in their earnings. So that's $1 billion paper profit. And that means Tesla has made more money from holding Bitcoin than actually selling their cars. You know, Tesla's leading this trend in Bitcoin, right? They also said they would accept Bitcoin as payment for Teslas and not converting the Bitcoin into cash either. So they're just going to sit on it. And Musk himself revealing that he personally holds Bitcoin this week. Remember that back and forth with Portnoy on Twitter, and Portnoy accusing Musk of pump and dumping on Bitcoin, and Musk responding he wasn't personally selling. Tesla sold 10% to prove a point. So I would suggest, and tell me if you agree here, Stu, but if Elon Musk holds Bitcoin, he definitely holds some Dogecoin. We just don't know how much.
Ha!
I have no idea. I think he's playing that market like a fiddle. That's what I think.
Doing very well.
Such is life. Yeah, yes, he's doing very well. All right. President Biden might be addressing top issues tonight, but he was quick to cut off reporter questions yesterday. Watch this.
Will you make it faster for them to get the vaccine? The vaccines we will get soon. India, they're suffering at this moment. Will you make it?
I'm sorry. This is the last question I'll take, and I'm really going to be in trouble.
But we got more of that where it came from.
Didn't give us the answer. Okay. All right, whatever. Let's do some short interest, folks. Let's see what we got. CCIV, let's pull up some shorts. Let's take a peek here at what we have for the shorts. CCIV is sitting at 14.43%. We've got, let's see here, pins. Now we'll look at GME too. So just to look at these here. So Pinterest is only 3.66 short. Enphase. Apparently these are the ones they should have shorted, but they actually didn't short. 3.27% on Enphase. GME, let's see what we got here. Yeah, Palantir is always pretty low. GameStop's at 27.2. Palantir has always been pretty low. Well, we'll see. Yeah, 3.32. Let's do another one. Let's do Clove. We've got... hold on. Okay, here we go. Clover is at 39.79%, trending up, by the way. What else do we have here? MViz. MViz is 20.7%. Never heard of that one before. Oust. Throw it in here. Okay, what do we got over here? This is 4.26. Take a peek here. Neo. 5.43. AMC. Take a peek. AMC at 7.12. No, I'm sorry. 24.66% on AMC. Let's get that right. So, E-Man. Let's see. 4.26. MNMD. Let's see. Yeah, I think you mean Mind Medicine, which is MM. What is it? EDF? Something like this? MMEDF? Let's see. There we go. Mind Medicine. 13.44% short. No, I'm sorry. 0.52% short. It's probably because it just went onto the open markets. Sorry, 0.52% short. So it's barely got anything short. Zom. Take a peek here. Zom is 6.9% short. It's another one. Xpeng. Let's do that. That one's 3.95% short. Look at Tesla for a moment. Spotify. Tesla 6.79. Spot is 3.62. IPOE is, wow, 41.79%. No, I'm sorry. I keep checking the wrong one. 31.32%. 31% on IPOE. Coin. Oh, yeah, that would be interesting. Coinbase doesn't even show yet. And we already did CCAV. MP Materials. Roblox, that should be a pretty new one to be shorted. 14% on MP. Roblox, I don't imagine it's too high, if it even shows. Yeah, 1.89%. Not a lot of time to get those shorts in. Hyliion. Wish. All right. Let's go ahead and finish. So 24.4% on Hyliion and Wish and Gnog. Let's see what else. 12.85. Gnog. Excuse me. Gnog is 6.78. I don't know actually if you can do ARC in these. RTPZ. Okay, that's the last one we're gonna do. All right, no more. RPTZ. So 15% on wrap. And I can't find RP. Is that what you said? RTPZ. RTPZ. And that is 2.92%. All right, let's go back to sticks. So what's going on in the stick world? Microvision's up 15% now, so you had another little run here. Dogecoin still at 30 cents. Shopify 11.2%. Churchill Capital 6.2%. What a run. Canoe's up 445. Nice run there on Canoe today. It looks like the EVs are moving actually to the upside today. The exception of, I think Tesla's pretty flat. Where's the darn thing? Let's find Tesla here. Tesla, yeah, Tesla at 0.12 at 705. Pretty flat. Enphase, Pinterest still stuck where they are. 5.2 on GameStop. Spirit 4.8. Solar Edge kind of following down, but not too bad. It was down 5%. It's only down 3 now. Matterport 2.33. Little teeter-totter there on the markets. Coinbase back at 300. Did go to 299 there for a moment. pretty flat on Bitcoin right now. Firm, pretty flat. Carnival. Yeah. Clever, 4. Okay, there we go. Let's go to the full watch list. I had a feeling there were some stocks missing. There we go. Mind Medicine back to 5.22. DocuSign 2.3. Okay, cool. Let's see what CNBC's got for us at the moment. Let's take a listen on it.
That is being overlooked.
Well, Dupixent keeps moving on, and we've had a record start to the year. We'll have more data later this year. We're going to be in breast cancer with new data we've just shared, and a 7-month data in RSV. We think we just
actually, let's go on over to Bloomberg.
Offset, but I think my expectation is the market absorbs it, and the demand for U.S. Treasuries is nearly infinite. But we're going to put that to the test. And similarly, how do the markets respond as they see U.S. debt ratios move up dramatically? Is that undercut confidence perhaps a bit and weaken the dollar? I don't think we're seeing those effects yet, but we've got to be careful. We've got to be cautious and prudent as we evaluate the effects of these packages.
Nathan, always a pleasure. Thank you very much indeed. Smart analysis. Nathan Sheets of PGIM, fixed income. Thank you very much. The dollar, just talking about the dollar, definitely down on the back of these comments from Christine Lagarde, Alex. I have to say.
All right, we're going to pull off this. Okay, market's pretty stable right now with the exception of CCAV. CCAV seems to be really the thing that's pulling a little bit of a run here. But then again, kind of now stuck at that 5.72 with Microvision blasting off again here just in the last 2 minutes. Look at that. Another little blast off here on Microvision. Now up 18% again. Really incredible Microvision push here. So big push again on the micro. And same thing otherwise elsewhere in stocks. So watch Microvision, watch CCIV. Make sure to come back for the Kevin O'Leary interview in about 4 hours. Of course, remember live stream in an hour and a half. And then we'll also be alive for Jerome Powell's statement release. Check out those programs linked down below. Use our coupon code expiring soon. And folks, we'll see you in the next one. Got some videos to make. Thanks, everyone. Bye.